Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we bid you welcome on this pleasant St. Patrick's Day, and we hope that you have a pleasant afternoon. And I think that before the parade reaches us, we should hear from Longford, send greetings to our exiles abroad, whether it be in New York, Boston, Philadelphia or Chicago, Rome, Madrid or even across the Irish Sea. And I think we should send greetings to our troops in the Lebanon, who are doing a very difficult job out there. So, ladies and gentlemen, finally I would ask you to please cooperate with the stewards and leave as much room as possible so as the parade will have no difficulty in passing up the main street. Thank you very much. and Sons Edgerstown. This is about you. Make you feel like a new band. Here's the Irish gentleman friendship circle. There's me sitting around the applause. Fire Jess Brass, Fenders and Sims sitting around with Fire Falls from Stone Park, Longford. With the feast of those round the applause. Here comes Johnson's Farm Equipment. During demonstration of all his medical gadgets. Here comes our relative denim. They have fine clothes. Denim supplies here. Please give them a round of applause. Here comes the South Longford tractor truck. Very good, yes. Some components, fuel merchant, they own the Shell petrol station and then they cover the battery. Fairman.
Thanks, Dean. It's a pleasure, Mr. Sheriff.
That's right. Come to the Fairman. To the sheep. Longford. Please give me a round of applause. Here comes the ladies and four horses. These are the captain's engineers in Longford. Please give them a round of applause. This is... That's right. This is... Longford. They were setting all their new latest bicycles on the market. So it's not any tarmac down. Those Hutchins brothers, tarmac they were trying to lift. The Longford Historical Society. The fish get around the applause. The new country museum. More surprise from us coming. Transit. We also have this is here. Longford for you top. Please give him a round of applause. Here comes John Fred TV from this. There's one on the television team for 2 times. So right. And Davis is the donation for you. And this. Hotel, Mercedes, thinking about getting married. That's the right place to be. Longford Sharp, small public specialist, little water station Longford. Here comes the hour of tidy town road. Teresa! call.
parade
New York.
from 3,000 miles. What did you think of it?
I thought it was very good indeed. Very good. Yeah, I enjoyed it
Think
much.
that the bands were a bit quiet.
Very quiet. Yeah,
Very
they were
quiet,
very
yeah.
quiet.
Of all the floats, which one would you say was the best?
Jesus, which float was the best, Tommy? Huh? I nearly forget them now. I was kind of drunk when I was looking.
I see Tommy here is sporting a bit of Irish shamrock.
Yes.
Now,
I have
this
one.
piece here isn't too good.
No, that's for the last pint. I'm keeping up for the next pint.
This man looks as if he drowned in it. This man has a while to go. Well, it's great to see that people are still out enjoying themselves on such a blustery day. And it's great to see that Irish spirit is still alive. We'll cut off now and we'll take a trip down and see what's happening further down in this town of Longford.
We want you.
Mornick, member of the Urban Council. We'd like to ask you what you thought about today's proceedings.
Very good, excellent. Like, brought a lot of business to the town, and delighted to see that the day held out. Like, that made all the difference.
That's great. Now, are you going off to drown the shamrock now?
Well, I'd say so, yeah. I'd say so. I'd say so.
Were you on the reviewing stand yourself?
I was, aye.
Were any ministers from the government on the reviewing stand?
Well, Paddy Cooney was there. The
Barry
minister.
Desmond, the Minister for
No.
Employment.
No, here's there.
Thank you. Hamley Hotel in Longford, and we're here with a group from Longford, St. Mel's Musical Society. And here is their producer, Brendan O'Byrne, who might just say a few words about today.
Well, Pádraig, how are you getting on?
What do you think about today's proceedings?
Great turnout entirely. Lovely, great, marvellous turnout. Look,
You had a float in the parade today. I thought it was exceptional.
it was, the wind did a bit of havoc with it, but apart from that, it was a good float, so it was. There was a lot of work put into it, and a few of the cast unfortunately couldn't turn up for one reason or another, but those who turned up did a very good job of
You can meet some of the guys. If we had more people, more tenors like you, I think it would have improved the situation enormously.
Thank you, Mr. Burke. Now, and if I could call on the chairman of St. Mel's Musical Society to give us a word.
Well, Pádraig, how are you?
What did you think about the proceedings today? Were you happy with the turnout from your own society?
Oh, well, very much so. We used a bigger float this year than we've used on previous occasions. We might have been a little bit short on manpower and that, but I think it went off okay.
You look like a man that's going to drown the shamrock tonight. Have you any further plans after you're finished on the beer?
Well, my first plans are to drown the shamrock, and as Eamon says, maybe I'll go down for the third time.
We have here too now Mary O'Sullivan, who's played leading parts in St. Mel's Musical Society over the last few years, and maybe she might sing a little warble for us or something.
Why, do you really honestly want me to sing, do you?
Yes, we'd like a few words, just.
Well, I must say that I'm glad I didn't miss today's parade. I really enjoyed it. I pity there wasn't more people from the society with us, but they have excuses, I think, I hope. But it's great out of crack. I really enjoyed it.
That's fine. Will you give us a few lines there from some famous number?
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Everything's going my way.
Well, thank you very much. This is Alistair Burnett from ITV News, cutting off now. Thank you. Annalee Hotel, we're now talking to Tommy Dunn. Would you say a few words, Tommy?
About what?
About the parade today, please. What you thought of it, what you're going to do tonight, and how you recover in the morning.
Well, about the parade today, unfortunately there was too many windows between where it was sitting and where the parade was going on. We believe there was a lot of nice trucks. Very good for the industry in the town. What was your second question?
How do you intend to drown the shamrock, and how do you intend to recover in the morning?
Jerry Gregor, wing forward, has just told you how we're going to drown the shamrock.
And how do you intend to recover in the morning?
The only are selling pints of stout at 68p. It's the St. Patrick's Day special. Jerry, there's 120 for the 2 pints. And as for how I'm going to recover tomorrow, they have a special recovery unit here tomorrow. It's 45p for a pint.
Thank you very much.
Anything else you'd like to know?
Just for a second, please, now.
I know he's bullshit.
Yes,
sir.
You were at the parade today.
Yes, indeed we were, yes.
And what did
yes.
you think of the
Did
parade?
you hear it?
Come on, I'll give you a chance to hear your views on Donald's corner shop in the heart of Longford. And maybe if we go over here, he might give us a word on what he thought about today. Hello, Mr. Donlan, could we have a word with you for a second?
Certainly.
What did you think about the parade today?
Not much of a thank God. I'm not saying thank God in any sort of a derogative sense, but I was so busy. As a result of the parade, I couldn't see it.
So you're a happy man today then?
Yes, I'd say yes.
That's great. Do you intend closing up now shortly and going to drown the Shamrock, or what are your intentions?
6. If you want to get your paper before 6:30, you're welcome. After that, we will be closed.
That's great. Thank you very much. That was Eamon O'Kelly, bank clerk and local musician, playing the flute. Now, wearing a very becoming hat for St. Patrick's Day and definitely drowned in the Shamrock. It's great to see a little bit of local talent around the place anyway. We're now walking towards the Market Bar, which is probably the biggest inn spot in Longford town at the moment. Also caters for food trade and probably can boast of the best service in town. The bar is owned by Kevin McKiernan and his lovely wife Teresa. And we're going to go in there now because our tongues are sagging and we're dying to drown the Shamrock a bit. We're now approached by, it's hard to explain what it is. It's her husband. Would you like to say a few words?
To who now?
Well, we're BBC.
You look like
TV. What did you think of the parade today?
Did you not see me? I was in it.
You were in it?
Yeah. Donald Duck. I was the famous Donald Duck.
What's happening here now? Our photographer seems to be raped. He has been molested by this male-looking character.
Wearing a bra.
Wearing a bra. It's hard to know. I think we should cut. Oh, there we see it now.
I didn't mind.
Jesus Christ almighty.
Here we are in the Market Bar now, and we have two ladies definitely drowned in the Shamrock, and maybe we'll get a word from one of them. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Did you enjoy it? great to hear that George is capable of exciting someone. Now this girl here is giggling away. I wonder what George has that makes her go like that.
I don't know.
Surely there's something that stands out that you could tell us about.
Must be the parade.
Must be the parade. That's really a knockdown for George Graham. We'll go ahead now into the lounge and see what's happening. We're looking at one of the most beautiful sights in Longford. She's from Bannerly, a lovely girl altogether. Sean Lynch, here for the last 45 years as a barman. We have the chairman of the PDs now, Mr. Michael Brennan, might say a word.
What have you to say on this glorious St. Patrick's Day?
Oh yes, very delighted with it. Great day for it and a great turnout.
I'd like to ask you, did you import that hat today for the occasion?
I bought it locally Irish made.
It's great to see that the local councillors are supporting the Buy Irish campaign. I wonder now if you could tell us what he's drinking there. Is that Irish made or is it imported?
Irish made.
That's great. It's great to see a councillor with so much chat and him only halfway through drowned in the shamrock. We have Jimmy Casey in the corner now, and he might say a few words about what he thought about the parade today.
I don't know much about the parade, but we were involved with the Sub-Aqua Club in the float, so we didn't see much, only just from one side. That's all.
No, Jimmy here is a diver. I wonder is that muff or just ordinary? We'll go over now to Kevin McKiernan, the proprietor of this establishment.
Go away from me.
He says go away from me now. That must be Chinese.
And you can see things are very tough.
Kevin is tipped to be the next Irish ambassador to Mongolia. And we hope he's very successful in his job.
You're making balls. Go on. Making balls. You can see your ball. You can see your ball. Come on, we're all forward. Come on. It's all right, Bernie. We won't send it up to the curlews.
How are you just doing all the talking? Away you go there.
Derek is going to tell us all about the Sub-Aqua Club now.
Black and white or the colour.
The silver area.
What about it? Oh, you have to ask questions.
Derek is going to tell us all about the Sub-Aqua Club and how successful this is.
You have to ask me questions. I can't fucking just talk. How successful is it?
That's an area for you. Well, don't hit him, you get venereal disease.
Yeah. Well, I suggest actually, like, our club is so secret that all inquiries have to go through Lucky Connaughton. I'd like to call on Lucky for a few words.
We'll ask Lucky Connaughton to come over here now and fill us in on all the news.
What do you want to know?
Well, today you had a float in the parade.
That's correct. Actually, we had two of them.
You had two floats in the parade. Sorry, I beg your pardon anyway.
One of our drivers was Aidan Maguire here, the photographer, and Bernie Flynn was the other one as well. As chairman of the Sub-Aqua Club, I'd like to thank all the divers that participated in this annual outing that will be in the foreseen future. Also, I'd like to thank Kevin McKiernan, who sponsored one of our floats, and also to Rural Water Development in Newbridge, County Kildare, who also sponsored the float. So, we'll have 3 cheers. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip!
Thank you.
On Lawler Porring.
We now have Jimmy Mulligan with us here, who's going to tell us about the Jimmy Rose, which he launched yesterday.
No, I'm not going to tell you nothing about it. Trade secret.
Is it true that you used a false bottle of champagne?
No. No, let me out of that.
Our cameraman is now taking a shot of Stephen Lyons and his girlfriend Mary Byrne. This is a definite match for the future because Stephen is going to inherit a construction company where Mary is more likely to inherit a pub. Shot of Joe Dealey, barman here, and Paddy Fallon, so maybe he'll give us a word.
Who's this for Warwick?
We're in here finding out what you think of today's business trade in the town due to the possession.
Oh, very good. Excellent, great crowd here all day.
Are you happy with the way people are behaving today? They're not going overboard with this drowning the shamrock business.
Well, Drown the Shamrock's an old tradition for it, you know, and we'll continue to go on every St. Patrick's Day. And even for the kids around here, you know, a lot of kids messing around. Like a kindergarten, you know, all the kids, you know, very messy.
I see your proprietor isn't available at the moment. Is he resting after the hard rush, or has he just not bothered to come down today?
Oh, well, he's been down all right, just gone to his dinner. Bit to eat, you know.
He's gone to eat his dinner. That's great now to hear that he can find time to eat his dinner.
The rush is a bit quiet now, you know, it'll settle down for the night.
With the name, the Rush, used to be the old name, the Gold Rush. It doesn't seem to suit the place at the moment, the Rush, because it doesn't seem to be over busy here for the size of the premises.
Well, it's not over busy, no, but we're kept going now. It was busier, I'll put it that way to you.
It's just that we've been in a couple of establishments earlier, and we just couldn't get moving around with the crowds. What would you like to comment on whether this place has a bigger capacity, or is it just quiet?
Just gone quiet now, so, you know.
I believe you're a golfer as well.
Yes, I play a bit.
What's the truth in that rumour anyway, that you're a hooky handicap?
A bit of a hobby, you know, and God.
Paddy isn't around, no?
I'm now going to have a few words with Paddy Fallon, the proprietor of PV's, which is one of the newest pubs in town. What do you think you're doing at the moment?
Well, I think I'm doing well. I think that I think it was a little better last year. I think that the crowd are not just they're breaking up earlier. Maybe that way. Maybe it's just in here, but it seems around 4 o'clock there it slowed up slightly. But other than that, it's excellent.
Would you say that the parade was up to its excellent standard this year, or has it dropped?
Well, you know, I was mostly in here, and I just got glimpses of the parade, so it'd be very hard for me to you know, say anything on it. I didn't see all the parade.
Are you happy with the way your business has been going since you opened, and do you think it will flourish and continue to do so?
Yeah, I'm more than happy. I think it's the thing to do is to modernise your place, and it'll have to be done in a lot of places in the future. I think people are looking for real quality anymore.
Do you have any plans to drown the shamrock yourself when you get finished here tonight?
I already done it last night.
There's a man that plans ahead anyway. You're a golfer as well, Pat, I believe, and I don't know, how do you find time to get away from your business to participate in sport like that?
Well, in the winter time it can be rough with the short days, but in the summertime, when I get a break in the evening time, it's grand. We have a golf club here. You could in early in the middle of the town, and it's just go up there for an hour. It's good.
It's rumoured that you're a very crafty golfer, playing off a very crafty handicap. What would you say to that?
I'd like to know the fellow's name that said that.
This is Alistair Burnett cutting off for ITV.
They're all characters.
Because most people seem to have been highly annoyed with the standard this year compared with most. You're now drowned in the Shamrock in Paddy Fallon's. How do you rate this as a pub in the town?
Well, how does anybody rate a pub?
You mean the drink is good?
The drink is good.
What do you think of the job that he's done here recently?
Absolutely brilliant. No, the service is excellent and the establishment is now first class. And a credit to Longford.
You wouldn't hesitate then in inviting your friends out for a drink to this place?
As I have done here, people down from Tipperary and from Clonus all come here. So
well, that's great to hear that now. Earlier we interviewed a few people who seem to have golfing connections. I believe you have a golfing connection as well, is that true?
Not really, no. No.
It's not true to say that you play golf.
That's only a rumour.
That's only a rumour.
It's just rumour.
I believe it's been rumoured that you're a very hooky handicap and you play in Longford Golf Club and have picked up many a prize there recently now.
That's also a vicious rumour, but the same, I might add, might be said about yourself. Or would I be incorrect in that?
Well, I myself, known as Jack Nicklaus, would not agree with such comments. But it's been very nice talking to you, and it's very nice to see that you're drowned in the Shamrock in a great spirit. Thank you very much.
Trying it all together. What do you do?
The head barman in PV Fallon's, who also happens to be a nephew of PV's. Could we have a word with you, please, Tom?
Yes. How are you, Mr. Smith? How are you?
Today, Paddy's Day, you know, Irish people all celebrate it all over the world, and we're wondering if you will have time off tonight to celebrate Patrick's Day.
Well, now, I just said yourself, St. Paddy's Day only comes once a year, and for the barman, it's not one of those days that you can go out and enjoy a few pints or go out in the town or something like that, you know. So we'll be working probably until about 12:30, maybe 1 o'clock tonight, you know, even though it's Sunday hours.
That's great that you're willing to provide this service for the customers and give up your own entertainment as such. But would it not be true to say that maybe afterwards yourself and Joe Dealey, the other barman here that we just talked to recently, will probably hit the town for disco or that?
I'd say it's very likely after that. Myself, Joe, and my other comer there, God, down from Navan, we'll go out and maybe frequent the Longford Arms tonight. See Big Thomas down there, so we'll go out and try and do a bit of business.
Do yourself and Joe often go out in the town on binges, as they're known?
No. I'm afraid not. For a start, we can't afford it. No, once a week probably. Once on a Saturday night, every Saturday night.
Would it be true to say that the fact that Joe's a male model has stopped you from frequenting with him?
Well, in one sense, I don't know. It's hard to tell, you know. Joe was famous after all, and you know, it's great to be around him, you know. So
you find that women flock up to you when you're with Joe?
No, Joe was a sound bloke. Listen, I have to go back to my work. The boss man is after arriving in. But that's the story.
That's great. Thank you very much for this small interview, and we'll cut off now. There he is going back to work, slaving away. cut. It's undercover
Have here a typical St. Patrick's Day scene in a pub. Still in Paddy Balance, we just see what's happening around us. Definitely we have camera shy people here. It's not like the normal maniac TV watcher who goes out of his way to wave and get his shot on the picture. They're all kind of hiding away here. But we'll try and catch what they're saying. We're now in Billy Ryan's, the Precedent disco bar, and not overpacked, but obviously everyone here is enjoying themselves. Disco up at the end, small dancing area if need be. As I speak, the customers are leaving. Camera shy, obviously. We see that we have a man here, Christy McNally, and maybe we could get a few words from Christy to find out what he thinks about today's activities. Sorry about the interruption here. Now we have people passing by.
42, no?
We're interviewing people on what they felt about Patrick's Day today and the procession and...
You're as drunk as I am.
What they thought about it.
Well, the procession is commercial, but the pubs are great crack. Music everywhere, lots of drink. Shamrock's well drowned, not a bother on anybody.
Do you come here all the time, or do you normally go around?
I come here a lot. I come here a lot of times, okay? It's a good job you didn't ask me, you come here often. But I do, I come here a lot.
Thank you, Christy, for that
for
little...
fucking that up. You're worse than I am, you idiot.
There's now a girl known as Love. We're now viewing John, the barman, in... Where is he? Right, now we're now out in the front lounge of Billy Ryan's disco bar, and obviously everyone here is well drowned the Shamrock. There's a few very red looking heads over here. Down the end people are looking out the window hoping for the parade to come, which is already gone. Here we have a local businessman, Kenny Hettridge. Maybe he'll tell us what he thought about today's proceedings. Ken, could we have a word?
Certainly, yeah. Well,
what did you think about the proceedings today?
the parade was quite good, really good.
Did you think it was up to the local standard, or has it dropped or increased?
Well, and I didn't think it wasn't as good as last year now as such. I think that the standard this year has dropped a little.
What would you say was the cause of the standard dropping in this area?
Not enough local interest, industrial interest in the thing. In the last couple of years now, there were more floats from industries in town. There weren't as many this year.
Would you say that the parade should be just for local groups for walking and floats, and keep out the commercial enterprises like having cars and lorries and all that had no significance whatsoever?
No, I don't think so. I think it should remain the way it is, really. It's just that there isn't as much industrial interest in it, I thought, this year. Too many of cars, certainly, and bread lorries and everything else, that type of job. Too much, but yet, I suppose in the long run it makes the thing lengthy enough, you know.
Have you participated yourself in the parade?
No, I haven't, no.
Your business doesn't feel that it's necessary to participate?
Perhaps in the future, yes. Maybe next year.
That's great. Thank you very much, Ken. We'll cut off now. As we look around here, we can see that the Shamrock is definitely well drowned here. green drink over on our right here. Definitely, it's the old, real Paddy Irish here. We'll move along now and we'll see what's happening downstairs in Billy Ryan's. Cut. We're now in the downstairs part of the President pub, and we're going to have a word with the proprietor, Billy Ryan, and ask him how he got on today with business in the town.
It depends. It's very good porridge, very good. Very pleased with it, very good St. Patrick's Day.
You'd say that it's definitely worthwhile having a parade in the town. It brings business in.
Definitely. And it's nice to see you visiting my humble premises.
What did you think of the parade today, or had you time to see the parade with business in the pub?
Unfortunately, I hadn't a chance to get out to see it. But from what I hear, it was very good. Maybe not as big as other years, but very nice.
Well, that's great to hear that the trade in this town has been given a boost by the parade. But a lot of people have told me that hasn't been up to the usual standard this year. Have you heard any comments on that?
No. As far as I'm concerned, I find it very good. Every bit as good as last year, if not better.
You have taken over this pub recently now, and trade here a few years ago was very good when you had it first. How do you think it has changed since you've taken over again?
I'm very happy with it. Again, I'm not here that long at the moment, but it is improving all the time.
You intend to keep the same image as you always had before?
Trying.
That's great. Thank you very much, Billy.
Come here, what do we think?
I'm drinking beer and he's drinking brandy.
Don't I know?
Hey, what happened to our mooner? We meant to get a mooner in. Yourself and Adrian, you and man.
We have now met the best publican in town. He's the first one to offer us a drink, and we've kindly accepted his invitation to stay a while and see how the crowd around are getting on. And if the camera gets shaky after this, it's due to the hospitality of Billy Ryan in the President pub, who's been buying us drink. We're now going to have a word with a gentleman here who works in Glennon Sawmills. I believe you were at the parade today.
I was at the parade. We have donated some finance towards it, you know.
So what you're saying is that Glennon's did not partake this year, but just financially reimbursed the Chamber of Commerce. That seems to me to be an awful pity, because Glennon Sawmills always had a record of producing a great float. What do you think about that?
The best float over the number of years now.
Do you think that this is just a pause and that you'll be back strong again next year?
Next year I think we'll be back again, yeah.
Well, that's great to hear. You enjoyed the parade today, did you?
Very good today now. And the weather was fine for it too.
Compared with the other years, how would you think it was?
I don't think it was as good as past years now.
Yeah, the people don't seem to have been happy, but then what would you say was the fault in the parade this year?
Well, I suppose it's hard to get the young crowd to participate, you know, compared to years ago. The same interest not in it anyway.
Do you think it's too much commercial, the parade, or what could it be?
Probably that would be it all right now.
We're going to drown the Shamrock today anyway. Well, that's great now, and I hope you enjoy yourself. Thank you. Today in Billy Ryan's pub. It happens to be the first pub that we have been made feel at home. The publican Billy Ryan has bought us the drink. He seems very keen on expressing his views on the parade and on business in town, and how much it affects the town business here. It's great to hear that people think that the parade is a great success, and we hope that it continues in the future years. And maybe if we go into a few more pubs like the Market Bar and Paddy Balance, we'll be treated to a drink as well for giving them the publicity of this. Thank you very much. Alistair Burnett for ITV, cutting off now. We're There's an old traditional music session going on, which seems to be enjoyed by most people around here. This is a new premises which has just been recently renovated, and it seems to be doing quite well altogether now. I see Ned Durbin over in the corner there, and maybe after a while we'll have a word with him. We're now going over to Ned Durbin, the proprietor of the Durbin Inn. Ned has come back from Australia now and has opened here and has long Longford connections in this town. His brothers have been living here for years, and we just asked him what he thought about today and how the parade has affected his business.
Oh, I think it's fabulous. People is money to spend. I reckon there's no money in this country. I think there's plenty of it.
It's great to hear that now, that the parade is doing something for town business.
I think the Longford Parade, we do have a big parade in Sydney every Patrick's Day. I think it compares. It's fabulous, I think.
That's great to hear that now. You're not open too long. How would you think your business is going so far?
Oh, I think very good. I'm very happy with it anyways.
Well, that's great to hear that, because it's nice to see someone with a Longford connection coming back into the town and making it good.
It's up to every man to make it. No matter what country, you'll make it if you work hard enough.
Well, obviously you have experience that from Australia in that line.
No, I have not, no. I used to be in construction in Australia.
And you've come straight into pub business and have managed to make it a success so far.
Yes.
That's great now, but thanks very much for the few words on that. Thank you. We're now looking at the clientele in the Durbin Inn, which seems We're now going to talk to Elizabeth here, who's been out all day, and she seems to have enjoyed herself today. What did you think about the parade today?
I thought tremendous.
Compared with previous years, what do you think?
Pardon?
Compared with previous years, what did you think about the parade?
I enjoyed the day great now.
You're drowned in the Shamrock now. Is that an annual occurrence?
Yes.
Well, that's great to see that you're really pleasant smile and the whole lot, and you're really taking in the festivities.
Yeah.
That's great. We go over here now to this man beside you, Ned. What do you think about today?
Oh, very good, very good.
You're drowned in the Shamrock. Is that a usual occurrence?
Yes.
Have you any plans for tonight?
No, not yet anyway.
Yeah, your answers are very short. Have you nothing to say about today?
No.
We'll go over here to Paddy now. Paddy's a man that's been around Longford for years, and maybe he can tell us what he thinks about here.
I fucking don't think much about it.
He doesn't think much about it. Maybe if we go along and see what kind of customers are down here. Here's a man, Mr. Belton here. Mr. Belton might like to tell us what he thought about the parade today.
Well, actually, Smitty, I thought it went pretty well, you know. First turnout, good turnout. I was actually in the parade myself for a while, driving for Mickey Mull and the Carper Centre, representing them. So I thought it was a good turnout anyway.
So you actually didn't see much of the parade?
That's right, I didn't see much of it anyway, because I was involved in it.
Would you think that the parade was up to the same standards as previous years?
I didn't actually see it myself, but I presume from what I seen, starting off at the parade, I'd say it was a good turnout. I never heard of anybody saying bad complaints about it this year anyway.
Do you think it was a good day for the parade? A bit windy maybe?
I don't know, it was a great day, a good sunny day, turned out well. A lot of kids and everybody enjoyed it, I'd say enjoyed themselves at it anyway. Good turnout.
You're now out in the pub, the parade is over. You're obviously going to drown the Shamrock. what do you plan to do in the morning when you realised you have drowned the shamrock?
Well, I won't stay too long anyway, because it'd be financially, you know yourself, it's costly day. It's a good day for the kids and the wife and all that, but overall, like I said, it'd be a good night before the whole lot is over. But you need a right few quid in your pocket to enjoy yourself at the same time.
Thanks a lot, Des. We have three characters here who probably will tell us their thoughts on today's activities and what the parade means to Longford, and maybe what they'll do before the night is over. So here we go first anyway.
Well, I think the parade, I think, was a very successful day, and it's a great effort. They would do stage this good parade every year. One thing I missed here, I missed the gun club. I'm not sure how they float in today. God rest, if Dan Kenny was alive, we would have won today. But otherwise, it was a great Longford, and I hope they just keep it going. It's one of the best in the Midlands.
Would you say it was as good as previous years, or has it died?
No, just not as good, but still good. There was a bit of slow moving on it for a while.
You obviously look like a man who intends to drown the shamrock very well tonight.
I've only learned to swim today, yeah.
We go over here now to your friend on this side and ask him what he felt.
I think it. Yeah. Up my do. I like Patrick's Day very much. It was a very good crowd and met the people of Longford. Very nice. Always did.
You seem to be a little biased about the My Do float. Do you think that was the best float in the parade?
I say our tiny town would be the best. Our tiny town is very good.
You're obviously a man who can take it in his stride. You don't look hampered by the few pints you had already. Will you be still that way when you're finished tonight?
Yeah, I still say our tiny town put up a good show there. And
that's good. We go over here now to Davy on our right and see what he thinks.
Well, I think the parade wasn't as good today as it was years. I don't know what I say, right?
Watch the camera, watch the camera. Watch the camera.
But if there's a few mini skirts or something like that, you know what I mean? It's entertain.
Or a pastry
entertain. Huh?
So you obviously look for one thing in a parade when you're there.
Mini skirts or something like that, you know.
You're fond of the mini.
Oh, by God, I would be indeed. Oh, definitely. I definitely fond of the mini.
Do you find that it doesn't leave enough to the imagination?
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
You're obviously a man who...
We're not forgetting Alberillans, our old friend. We were selling their flags today for this little parade that was in Longford, which I think is one of the nicest parades in Ireland today.
You have a business interest yourself in the St. Patrick's Day parade, in the sense that you provide flags and cards and things like that. How did you do this year?
Well, I was selling for Mr. McGuinness. He owns a big place there next door to John Joe O'Reilly's. He takes in, I think, about, I hope the tax man is not listening now, about 100,000 today he take in. Well, not today probably, but 500,000 during the year anyway. But he's a gentleman, and all belong to him as gentlemen. And I was only working for this gentleman, and I hope to God I'm not blocked in the labour exchange now for selling him a Sunday.
What you're quite happy with today, and you're quite willing to go out and drown the shamrock.
I got 3 pints for me day for selling. That's all the money I got today. 3 pints of porter in thank you for everything. And I wish everybody Happy New Year and God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Anything else? No, quiet a minute. There's a lot of things being shut down in this town, Longford, and that. There was racing it out in beyond the bishops. There was coursing, and everything is gone. Now all we have left in this town, which is greyhounds, and that.
I'll never run through.
Just mind I better. You're
standing on that now, be careful. So you want to talk to me first? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the hit squad for Frayne Enterprises, and we're doing a late night show to see who survived Patrick's Day in Longford. Here we go. I see a Mr. Harry Farrell here from Longford Golf Club. Harry Hughes. Sorry about that, Harry. Tell us, how did you enjoy your day today?
Oh, very exciting, very exciting. Mr. Reid won the competition, and everybody was very pleased.
Oh, you're involved in Longford Golf Club.
Oh, very much so.
How did they enjoy the day up there today?
Oh, it was very nice, very nice. The weather was lovely, and everybody enjoyed themselves. What more could you ask for?
Did you have enough to drink up there today, or was it all green beer?
Drink for everybody. The only thing it was wrong was we couldn't turn it green.
Yeah, but you have a committee running that situation up there. Could you give us your opinion on the committee that's running the Longford Golf Club?
Well, now maybe I was right to say nothing on that subject, because after all, you know, I'd be going to work in the morning, you know.
You have a new clubhouse. You have a new clubhouse being built up there at the moment. When are you taking over the managership of that?
Oh, it'll be very shortly now, I believe. Very, very shortly.
You're expecting large crowds up there?
Crowds 400 or 500 people every night.
And
of course, I don't know where they're going to come out of.
You have some very good characters up there. We have a Dr. Kevin Reid up there. He frequents you often. Can you give us the rundown on him?
As a matter of fact, I can. We're gone into it in a big way. We took out 3 teeth today in the gents' locker room, and satisfied customer without singing.
And is this a new thing with Longford Golf Club now that you've gone into surgery?
We're going in for everything. We're trying to facilitate everybody, everything to do business. We want to get the old crowd back and get everybody happy again, and you know yourself.
And teeth pulling is part of your
setup at the moment, and very successful. We gave it a trial today and took 3 teeth. No, we put 3 teeth back in, as a matter of fact. Sorry about that. I thought he was taking them out instead, and I was putting them back in. So I believe. This is about the height of it now, and we'll be open in future from 10 o'clock till 3 o'clock every morning from now on.
Do you play any golf yourself, Henry?
No, I didn't get that far yet. I wouldn't have time, David, you know.
Well, rumor has it.
As soon as I get over to this new clubhouse, we're getting the staff, and I'm going to sit back and play golf.
Oh, so you've got a managerial position now?
Managerial position, yes.
Well, this has all got to do with the new committee that you've got there.
I have a whole new committee formed, and they do everything I say. I'm very lucky in that.
A beautiful setup, no doubt. A beautiful setup. We'll move on down the line here and have a talk with another prominent golfer from Longford Golf Club, Mr. T.P. Shanley, better known as Mr. Moneybags. T.P., you enjoyed your stay in Longford today?
Oh, yes, certainly, yeah.
Had you enough to drink around the different premises?
Well, before it's over, I will have anyway, hopefully.
You survived the day very good.
Yes. The only thing about it, I feel a bit green, but I suppose that's a kick.
Aren't we all?
International.
You're in the Marca Bar tonight. Is this the best pub you've been in today?
Well, I heard I am.
You can't be that drunk, T.P.
Well, no, not really, no.
You look sober.
I do, yeah. Feel sober too.
Are you getting enough to drink here tonight, you are?
Out here another 2 hours, I suppose, we'll have enough drink.
Well, you've survived the day very well.
Yes, I did, surely, yeah.
No golf this weekend?
No, not really, no.
Henry said he missed you in the bar for the last few weekends, have you?
Yeah, well, no. I was on the dry.
We're on our way down here, and we have another famous man from Longford who's going to have a few words with us here, Mr. Liam Martin. Hello, Liam. You seem to have done a good job in surviving the day here today.
I'm not here all day.
Oh, sorry, I didn't imply that.
No, I just come in the last 5 minutes.
Did you enjoy the parade today? You did?
Very much, yeah, I did.
Very good.
I thought my nephew had the best float at the last there.
Well, we said the same thing when we seen it, but there are other good floats as well.
I didn't see them.
Yes, well, we can't blame you for being a little bit partial to your own.
I'm not partial, actually. No, I'm not. No, it's just that he had the best float.
Well, we certainly thought he had a fabulous float. Did you see any other good floats?
No.
That's very good. We have a man here that's trying to avoid the camera for the last 5 minutes. It's Mr. Regan, and he's a well-known fruit importer and exporter from Kenya. Mick makes frequent visits to outer Mongolia, Tibet and places like that, and brings in tropical fruit. Mick, what did you think of the parade today?
Beautiful.
You're very prosperous looking, I must say, with cigars and drink and nicely done up.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy your day today?
I did, yeah. Could I have my matches back?
We have a gentleman searching his pockets here. He must have money. Tell us, Mick, had you a float on the parade? Bananas or anything like that?
No, I had no float.
No float?
Bananas, no.
No.
Bananas.
Had you a float?
Bananas
Had you a
didn't
float of money?
I couldn't get any consignment. We have enough of drink, Liam. Liam is trying to buy his drink.
At this hour of the night, Mick reckons he has enough drink, but I think he's quite capable of going on for the next 4 or 5 hours.
Yes, as long as Liam keeps buying.
Yes, yeah. Well, he's definitely doing well at the buy-in tonight.
He is, yeah. Liam, yeah.
Did you think that the parade was good enough today, Mick? For
oh, absolutely, very good, yeah.
And no float. You wouldn't.
No, mine didn't float.
And what about the import-export business?
It's more export now than import.
And what type of fruit are you exporting?
What?
Turnips. Yeah. Is it a secret?
It is, yeah.
It's a very highly competitive business, obviously, and you don't want to let other people know what you're at.
It's a rare species of fruit.
Competition with Morris McManus.
What? Yeah, well, I compete with everybody that puts up good value.
Right. Thank you very much. We're moving down along, and I see Mrs. Hughes down here. Mrs. Hughes of the Longford Golf Club. Mrs. Hughes is going to have a few words here with us. How do you do, Mrs. Hughes?
Well, thank you.
Did you enjoy your Patrick's Day today?
Well, I was working all day.
Very good. You're working in the golf club?
I am, yes, indeed.
Had you a big crowd up there today?
We had, yes. Definitely a big crowd.
And what did you do in the golf club today for Patrick's Day?
Nothing. Big deal.
Well, you survived the day quite well.
Ah, yes.
You didn't have too much to drink or anything like that?
Nothing at all, for the want of it.
I see. You were quite late arriving in here. Was there any significance in that? Or?
We thought it was 11 o'clock closing time.
Oh, well, on Patrick's night, I'm sure they'll make exceptions.
Well, I hope they do.
Tell us, when do you expect to open your new golf club up there?
Oh, around about June, I think.
And you and your husband are taking over the whole running of this?
Well, we're taking over the barn anyway.
Very good. We're delighted to hear that. And delighted to meet your husband and yourself here tonight.
Thank you very much.
The hit squad is moving out to the other lounge bar right now. And we'll see who we can find out there. Okay? Right now, we have some American friends here tonight. Well, I see a Mr. McKenna from Dublin and New York. He's here in all the colours of the Irish colours. The shamrock is a bit dead. Excuse me. Maybe he'd tell us how he enjoyed the day today.
A wonderful day in Longford. I thought it was fabulous. The parade was magnificent. I went up there and I played golf in this little golf course you have here. My God, it was fabulous.
Tell us, Frank, how does it compare with New York parade? Smaller, I suppose.
Gee, man, I looked for a caddy car. They didn't know what a caddy car was, but it was just fabulous. I had a ball.
Are you telling us that we've got a bigger parade than New York?
No, but you got a smaller golf course in New York. Pardon?
We have a better parade than New York.
Hell no, you got a smaller golf course.
Well, what about the parade, Frank?
The parade? Oh, gee, man, that parade. There was trucks. Have you nothing else in Ireland, only trucks?
Well, they're very special trucks, Frank. You don't have those in New York.
Trucks? Man! Them trucks, there was something else, huh?
Frank, have you seen the parade in Dublin?
Yeah, man, I saw that. That was a great parade. That was a great parade.
And you'd prefer the parade in Longford. That's why you visited Longford for
I wanted to see a bit about Ireland. I came down to Longford and I saw the real Ireland in Longford.
Frank, is there any significance in the fact that the Shamrock has gone a bit dead and